comparison. There'll never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen.
All right. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys, shout out to all the people, the new subscribers, you're following this channel. Guys, I try to keep it different, keep a little different flavor. So, I want to talk about Tank Davis's comments towards Tevin Farmer being shot, okay? And I'm about to educate you guys about the streets, okay? I'm about to educate y'all. See, Tank Davis not too much older than some of the kids that I deal with, okay? And I'm finna educate y'all right now, okay? A lot of people are saying, well, Tank Davis, they seem real suspicious, they seem real suspicious, what's going on, and seem like they hiding something. Okay, even if Tank Davis knew anything, even if he did, and they might know stuff, they not gonna tell anything. They ain't gonna say a word. They won't say a single solitary word. Okay, the reason why, because Tank Davis is still street heavy, and that's one of the reasons why Floyd Mayweather Jr. wanted him to move out to Vegas, because he knew that things like this can happen, and Floyd didn't want his investment getting shot, Well, Tevin Farmer was shot in Philly, and he was on his way to actually go to the Broner Garcia fight. And they got into an altercation. Matter of fact, let's pull up the article. Let's pull it up. It's right here. Alright, here's the article, and I'm gonna read it to you, okay? Alright, some good news. Courtesy Tevin Farmer promoter Lou DiBella. A bullet passed through an area of Tevin's hand between the thumb and the index finger. No broken bones. Doesn't seem to be muscle ligament damage, but he needs to see a specialist later in the week when the swelling goes down. Good news in this realm, no charges against Tevin. He was injured. He was injured trying to disarm a guy who was being charged with attempted murder. Now, they don't say who it is. Some people say it was his brother-in-law, but this article definitely doesn't say who did it, okay? It just says some person, okay? Initial prognosis is 7 to 8 week recovery. He was at a birthday party for his niece. And it looks like Tevin's brother caught a break after getting shot in the face. He could have lost an eye, but he didn't. Boxer Tevin Farmer, on the cusp of a title shot, was involved in an altercation Saturday, which they're talking about it again. They're different articles, man. The 130-pound ace promoted by Lou DiBella was featured on the social media pic making the rounds last night. Okay. Here's my thing, okay, and you guys can go read that. It's at NewYorkFights.com. You can read it yourself. I don't feel like reading it all, but I do kind of have a couple things, okay. They handcuffed Tevin Farmer to the hospital gurney, okay. Well, usually when somebody's taken to the hospital and then they're handcuffed, that means that there's something that the police need to get to, and if you understand, the streets. That definitely mean the cops believe that you was up to something, that you tried to do something. And for a while I used to never understand when somebody gets shot and they get taken to the hospital, then the police, automatically assume that you did something, and it's kind of crazy. But clearly, Tevin Farmer wasn't doing anything, but it was a little more than an altercation. You better believe that. It was a little more than an altercation. It was a little more than what they try to make it out to be. It was something much more severe that basically Tevin Farmer got involved in, and maybe he was trying to play peacemaker, but no, something else happened, okay? And the police are normally trying to get to the bottom of it, and you're suspected of doing something, okay? That's just how it is, because if you're just being a peacemaker and if everybody confirmed that, then they're not going to handcuff you. See, there's going to be more that come out of this story in the future. But Tank Davis, they were acting a little shady. I mean, everybody in this crew, his trainer, was acting a little shady too. But everybody know the trainer here on the right. This guy right here, this is his trainer, or the guy that I see doing most of Tank Davis's work. This dude right here, he was kind of like, I don't really want to talk. Well, all these guys really, they kind of just got real hush mouth, man, when they were asked about Tevin Farmer. And to be honest, Gervonta Davis was the one that brought it up. But I think that, the interviewer, and I ain't gonna say his name because I'm tired of this dude too, but I think that he was actually gonna get around to asking that, but Tank Davis brought it up. And then, Tank Davis had this like weird look, then he started giggling, then he started like snickering. It's almost like, okay, I mean, trust me, Tank Davis probably know what happened, but man, they not gonna snitch. Okay, they not. They not. You know. And Tank Davis live in Baltimore, and Tevin Farmer live in Philly, man. But you know, I mean, Tank Davis know people in Philly. Tevin Farmer know people in Baltimore, and folks, that's just how that is. You know. Do I think Tank Davis had anything to do with this? Nah, man, I don't think he did, because I mean, he was in New York watching the fight. So how the hell, you know, people kill me. How does Tank Davis have anything to do with this? Do I think he probably know? Maybe he might know. He might know, but see, you or I will never know that, because in the street, you don't open your mouth. Because when you do, and it's one of those crazy things, man, you can see a massacre, and if you go tell, and if somebody suspects you of telling, you put your whole family in jeopardy. You know, that's just how it is. You know, and it's kind of crazy. But there's no love lost between Tank Davis and Tank Davis. He also sent like a really weird tweet, man. He told him, you know, you got to move differently, little girl. You know, or no, you got to move differently, little boy. You know, like, okay, what does that mean? You know, what is he trying to say by that? And some of you dudes in the comment section might know. But please, you know, you guys don't come into this getting all emotional and, oh, man, you know, what you doing? Because, you know, if some of y'all would listen to the videos, you know, the average YouTube video length is about 3 minutes. So this one will be about 8. And I know that you guys, y'all not going to listen. But I point blank said that I don't think Tank had anything to do with this, okay? I don't, because he's in New York. He's in New York, and Tevin Farmer's in Philly. And, you know, people are probably saying, well, Tank called people and had it. No, man, no. I don't think that. But I do think Tank probably know something, you know, because he had this look. I mean, that's how it is. That's the streets, okay? But, you know, on another note for Tevin Farmer, see, Floyd, you know, there's a lot of things about Floyd Mayweather that we don't like. But the best thing that Floyd did was have Gervonta Tank Davis move out to Vegas. Because Floyd actually knew what the hell was going to happen to him. This was Tank Davis, okay? Whether you like it or not, this could have been Tank Davis in the hospital room. Because Tank Davis is he's still street heavy, man. And Floyd had to get him out of that atmosphere. And, you know, whoever around Tevin Farmer, man, you know, somebody got to look out for the brother. Because, you know, he not smart enough to look out for himself. I mean, these guys, man, when I tell these gang members, you know, that come to my program, you know, think about it, man. If somebody kill you, if you get shot and you die, 5 years from now, is anybody going to be talking about you? They'll talk about you for 5 days, but in 5 years, ain't nobody going to talk about you if you dead. But if you still alive, and if you doing stuff, and if you're not involved in all these altercations, and if you're doing something, you know, for the benefit, in 5 years you'll be alive and people will still talk about you. See, that's the thing. I have to tell these kids, man. And you know what I always tell these guys, man? You know, that you know, it's got even a body under their belt. I'll tell you what I tell them. I go, what are you going to do? What are you ultimately going to do when it's just you and a bullet? Okay, when it's just you and a bullet and you're staring down that gun barrel and you're wondering, you know, what could you have changed in your life? You see, I say with me, you get a second chance. You get a second chance to do something that you already screwed up on. I said you get a second chance, but what are you going to do? Are you going to go back out there and risk it? Are you going to go back out there and be who really God don't want you to be in the first place? Because I tell them, you know, you are going to be a person of the consequences of the choices that they choose to make. And I said, see, you may be young and you may think you're on top of the world, and that's good. But when you learn a lesson, and I said, trust me, you'll learn a lesson. I said, so you'll learn that lesson right before you die. But then when you're dead, it's too late, because you can learn no more. And that usually how these guys thinking. But, you know, I hope Tevin Farmer recovers quickly, man. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.